Hello everyone. In this video, I would take you through the most important current events that took place between September 25 and October 1. So let's get started. India gets its 54th Tiger Reserve, Virangana Durgavati Tiger Reserve in Madhya Pradesh. Now, Madhya Pradesh, which is home to the most number of tigers in the country, has got a new protected area for the big cats or the tigers named Virangana Durgavati Tiger Reserve. So the Madhya Pradesh government has unveiled this new tiger reserve, which is the seventh tiger reserve in the state and the 54th tiger reserve in the entire country. And MP has retained the tiger state status in the 2022 census, which means that Madhya Pradesh has got the highest number of tigers in the country. Please note this, that Madhya Pradesh has got the highest population of uh, tigers in the country, and followed by Karnataka and Uttarakhand. And this particular tiger reserve, Virangana Durgavati, has gone on to become the seventh tiger reserve in the state. And lastly, the tiger reserve has included a core area of 1414 square kilometers and 925.12 square kilometers of the buffer zone. So very quickly, you all should know that, any tiger reserve has got a core area, right, which is a highly protected area regulated under the Wildlife Act. And then you have an adjoining or a buffer area that encircles the core area, wherein some amount of human activities or human interference is allowed, for example, research activities or tourist activities. Moving on, Sanjeev Mantri appointed as MD and CEO of ICICI Lombard. So students, let me tell you this, that all questions related to business awareness are routinely asked, regularly asked, in the competitive exam. So they're very important. And this is an important, this is an appointment. So all the appointments in particular, or mergers and acquisitions, takeovers, or any change in leadership. So all of these are important business awareness topics. So coming to this, Sanjeev Mantri has been appointed as MD and CEO of ICICI Lombard in a significant leadership transition. The board of ICICI Lombard General Insurance has appointed Sanjeev Mantri as the new MD and CEO of the company. And this move follows the resignation of Bhargav Das Gupta, who has been at the helm of affairs at ICICI Lombard for the past 15 years. So he had to step down because of certain regulatory changes. And now Sanjeev Mantri is the new MD and CEO of the company. Next, disease X looms as a potential global threat, as a potential next pandemic. So health experts around the world are sounding the alarm about a potential global pandemic referred to disease X. And according to reports, this might surpass the lethality of the COVID-19 and claim over 50 million lives. And, WHO has officially recognized the looming threat of disease X now. And, you know, according to WHO, it poses a significant global health challenge. COVID-19, which emerged in 2019, has already, we all know it has already claimed nearly 7 million lives worldwide. And Dame Kate Bingham of United Kingdom suggests that disease X could be over 7 times as deadly as COVID-19. Next, students, Apple plans to boost production in India fivefold to $40 billion over the next 4 to 5 years. So that's some good news coming from India for India, that Apple plans to increase its production in India by almost 5 times and taking it over to $40 billion. So Apple, the renowned iPhone maker, is gearing up to significantly expand its manufacturing operations in India. And the plans are to take it to $40 billion within the next 4 to 5 years. although there is no immediate plan for enhancing or increasing iPads and laptops manufacturing in India. So this is only for primarily for iPhones. And the company is not participating in IT hardware PLI, which is production linked incentive scheme at this time, with potential future consideration. So even though Apple has huge expansion plans for India, yet it's taking one step at a time and going slow. Now, if you look at the significance of India as a market for Apple, so Apple has successfully become the largest exporter of mobile phones from India, solidifying its presence in the country's manufacturing and export sectors. Apple also dominates the market in the ultra premium segment. So, according to market research firm Counterpoint Research, Apple holds a commanding 59, almost 60% of market share in the ultra premium smartphone segment of Indian markets, which is phones priced above rupees 45,000. And India has also emerged as one of the top five markets for Apple, indicating its growing influence and market presence, and hence Apple has huge expansion plans for India. Moving on, India's first C-295 aircraft formally introduced into Indian Air Force. So, Indian Air Force Defense Minister Rajnath Singh formally inducted the first C-295 medium tactical transport aircraft into the Indian Air Force arsenal. And this landmark event took place in the presence of Air Chief Marshal V.R. Chaudhary. So, students, here it is important for you to note two important things. One is that our defense minister is Mr. Rajnath Singh. Please keep this in mind. And secondly, our Air Chief Marshal is Mr. V.R. Chaudhary, Air Chief Marshal V.R. Chaudhary, right? And which is the new aircraft which is inducted into the Indian Air Force. It is called C-295. And this is a new generation medium tactical transport aircraft which is manufactured by Airbus. So that could be a question that which company has manufactured this particular aircraft? It is Airbus. And it is a highly versatile aircraft, and it is tailored for a variety of missions, including troop and cargo transport, maritime patrol, signal intelligence, and medical evacuation. Next, students, Google celebrates its 25th birthday. So Google, in September has celebrated its 25th birthday with a special Google Doodle. So it's been 25 years that Google came into existence. And Google was born in 1998. So in the late 1990s, Sergey Brin and Larry Page, both pursuing doctoral degrees at that time from Stanford, they came together to pursue this common dream, and which was at that point to make the World Wide Web more accessible and user-friendly. And they worked tirelessly on a prototype for a superior search engine. And it was on September 27, 1998, that Google Inc. was formally founded. Moving on, 2018, the movie 2018 is India's official entry in Oscars 2024. So the Film Federation of India has announced that Malayalam movie 2018, Everyone is a Hero, which is based on Kerala floods, will represent India as its official entry at the Academy Awards or Oscars in 2024. And the film was directed by Jude Anthony Joseph, and it delves into the harrowing tales of survival during the devastating floods that struck the state, Kerala. And this movie has been selected from a few movies that were shortlisted, few best movies that came out last year. Next, students, Chandrayaan-3's Vikram rover Pragyan gives no signals. So, ISRO has faced a setback wherein the Chandrayaan 3 mission, as they strove to re-establish communication with the Vikram lander and Pragyan rover on the lunar surface, that has failed. So we all know that Vikram and Pragyan, their energy source was the sun, the solar energy, and so it worked. So even though Chandrayaan mission has been able to achieve its objective in the 14 days during the lunar day. However, during the lunar night, when there is no sun or no source of energy for these two equipments, they were put to sleep. They were put into a sleeping mode, and it was they tried to sort of reinstate them during the lunar day after the lunar night. However, the ISRO has failed to achieve this, and unfortunately, they have not been able to re-establish communication with the Vikram lander and Pragyan rover. However, they are still optimistic about their revival, that probably after the full one lunar daylight period, which is going to last for the next 14 days, it is possible that these two come back to life again. So, like it is written here, that Chandrayaan 3 was designated to operate for one lunar daylight period, which comprised approximately 14 Earth days. And during this time, the lander, rover, and payloads were set to conduct a series of experiments and studies, which they successfully did. And it has been a great scientific significance, great scientific achievement for ISRO. And it is expected that even though ISRO has failed to establish communication with Pragyan and Vikram, it is quite possible they might come back to life in the next few days. Next, students, Wahida Rahman to receive Dadasaheb Phalke Lifetime Achievement Award. So, very seasoned and accomplished actor Wahida Rahman will be honored with the prestigious Dadasaheb Phalke Lifetime Achievement Award. And this is India's highest recognition in the world of cinema. So, there was a question on this. Uh, uh, I think in one of the competitive exams, if I'm not mistaken, it was a question in the IIT exam or Narsi Monji, one of them, that who has gone on to win the Dadasaheb Phalke Lifetime Achievement Award. So it is Wahida Rahman. And Wahida Rahman's illustrious career is synonymous with excellence, and she has worked in over 90 films, known for her, a very versatile performance, versatile ability. She has delivered unforgettable performance in a myriad of iconic films, including Pyasa, CID, Guide, Kagas Ke Phool, and Khamoshi and Trishul. So these are some of her best performances. And she has, her contribution to the world of cinema has left an indelible mark that resonates with audiences across the generation. So it is to be noted that she was also honored with National Film Award for her movie Reshma and Shera. Additionally, she holds the Padma Shri and Padma Bhushan awards, further underscoring her exceptional contribution to Indian culture and cinema. Next, students, Times Higher Education uh, releases World University Rankings 2024. So the 20th edition of the world's best university by the Times Education Rankings has been unveiled. And according to these rankings, Oxford University in the United Kingdom it tops the list. It has clinched the coveted first place for an unprecedented 8th consecutive year, followed by Stanford University in the United States. And MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, is third in the rankings. And this particular edition is the largest to date. That means the coverage, the university coverage has been maximum for this particular edition, which is 190 for universities from 108 countries and regions have been evaluated for their performance. If you look at the performance of the Indian universities in particular, so 91 Indian universities from India have featured in the rankings. and surpassing last year's count of 75. So last year there were a total of 75 universities that featured on this ranking, and this year the number has gone up to 91, which is a remarkable, progress. And Indian Institute of Science (IISc) Bangalore takes the top spot among the Indian universities. The other important universities that have featured on the list. So we have universities like Anna University, Jamia Millia Islamia, Mahatma Gandhi University, and Shulini University of Biotechnology and Management Sciences, as some of the universities that have featured in the rankings. Very interestingly, the top Indian Institute of Technologies, IITs, have continued their long-standing boycott of the rankings for the fourth consecutive years. That means they refuse to participate in the rankings, and which has raised questions about the methodology or criteria used by the rankings, which have not aligned with the IIT's assessment of academic excellence. And because the number of universities, that have featured in these rankings year on year, that has been increasing, it just shows that India rises in its global representation. Next, students, father of India's Green Revolution, M.S. Swaminathan, passes away at 98. So very important news here that M.S. Swaminathan, who is known as the father of India's Green Revolution, has passed away. His full name is Mankombu Sambasivan Swaminathan, and fondly known as M.S. Swaminathan. And he was a legendary figure in the field of agriculture, a true humanitarian, and he's passed away at the age of 98. He was born in 1925 in Tamil Nadu, and his contribution to the agricultural domain has been immense. And he began his journey in agriculture in 1949 when he embarked on research into the genetics of important crops like potato, wheat, rice, and jute. And little did he knew at that time that his contribution of Green Revolution would become a lifeline for India. And what is the Green Revolution, students? It was a transformative initiative that has significantly increased crop productivity through adoption of chemical biological technology. So it was the usage of, science or chemical biological technology in the field of agriculture, wherein certain seeds were used, which were based on this technology, and they were high-yielding varieties of wheat and rice, which considerably enhanced the agricultural productivity in India, particularly wheat and rice productivity. Next, students, India ranks 40th in Global Innovation Index 2023. So India retains 40th rank out of 132 economies in Global Innovation Index 2023, which is published by World Intellectual Property Organization. So students, there are two things you need to keep in mind here, that, this Global Innovation Index, this is published every year by World Intellectual Property Organization, WIPO. Second thing you need to keep in mind that for this year, India retains 40th rank out of 132 economies. And so the CII, Confederation of Indian Industry, has also been collaborating in India's journey towards an innovation-driven economy. And this year, the NITI Aayog, in partnership with CII and WIPO, is hosting virtually the India launch of GII 2023. Now, very quickly, students, what is Global Innovation Index? So Global Innovation Index, now in the 16th edition, that this was the 16th publication of the report, it is a leading reference for measuring an economy's innovation ecosystem. So what does it measure? It measures how innovative a country is, or for that matter, how strong an innovation ecosystem a country has, right? And so it is a valuable benchmark tool used by policymakers, business leaders, and other stakeholders to assess progress in innovation over time. And what are the parameters that, or what are the key stages in the innovation cycle? So science and innovation investment, technological progress, technology adoption, and the socio-economic impact and innovation. And this particular index measures or evaluates a country across these parameters, or all these parameters. Next students, actor Michael Gambon, who played Professor Dumbledore in Harry Potter, passed away students. So the legendary character, uh, you know, the legendary talent Michael Gambon, who played Professor Dumbledore, a very popular character in very popular Harry Potter series. So he has passed away at the age of 82 students. He was born in Ireland on October 1940, and he joined the world of acting in 1980. And he delivered a mesmerizing, I mean, one of the first movies wherein he gave a mesmerizing performance in Bellwood Press Life of Galileo at London National Theatre. And it was this performance that prompted actor Ralph Richardson to famously refer to him as the Great Gambon. Next, students, country's first cartography museum inaugurated in Mussoorie. So the Minister of Tourism and Culture of Uttarakhand, Satpal Maharaji, he has inaugurated the George Everest Cartography Museum in the picturesque town of Mussoorie, Uttarakhand on the occasion of the World Tourism Day. So what is cartography, students? It is about exploring and making maps. So the whole art of making maps is known as cartography. And it uses science, art, and technical skills to show real or imagined places in a way that helps us to understand where particular things are located. Next, students, India's sports sector records robust growth in August, highest in 14 months. So, very positive development and significant economic development. India's sports sector witnessed impressive growth in August, reaching a 14-month average of 9%. And this is a remarkable surge in core sector performance, and it is attributed to several key factors. And in August, India's 8 core industries. So basically, what is core sector, students? Core sector, basically, it is like a group of 8 core industry. There are particular 8 core industry which make the India's core sector, and these are the most important industries in an economy. And this particular sector has experienced a remarkable growth rate of 12.1%, marking a substantial increase from previous years when core sector growth was 4.2%. So it is a very positive sign for the Indian economy, indicating a strong recovery and revival of essential infrastructure sectors. And it is to be noted that India's 8 core sector collectively accounts for more than 40% of the weight of the index of industrial production. That means if performance of these 8 core industries increases or betters, so that would also pull up the IIP, Index of Industrial Production. That's also going to positively impact the Index of Industrial Production, because the core sector, it has a weightage of 40% in the IIP. Lastly, students, TCS tops Kantar brand said top most valuable Indian brands report 2023. So in the latest edition of the Kantar brand's top 75 most valuable Indian brands report for 2023, TCS has retained its prestigious position at the top of the list with an impressive brand value of $43 billion. So as you can see here, the top 10 companies or the top 10 most valuable Indian brands. So we have TCS at number 1, followed by HDFC and Infosys. So TCS, HDFC, and Infosys are the top 3 most valuable Indian brands. So that's all for this video, students. I'll see you soon with another video on current affairs. Thank you so much.